Hello students, welcome to the lecture series of fluid mechanics. Myself, Professor Dhruv Patel. In our last lecture, you have learned about theoretical method for finding out metacentric height and solving of example of metacentric height. In today's lecture, you will learn about stability conditions for floating and submerged body and practical method for finding out metacentric height. So first of all, stability condition for submerged body. This is very important theory regarding GTU, right? You have to pay attention while stability condition of submerged and floating bodies. So first of all, what do you mean by stable equilibrium, unstable equilibrium, or neutral equilibrium? So let us understand all the terms in simple language. What is stable equilibrium? So if body moves at one direction and if it comes back its original position, it automatically, that is known as stable equilibrium. If body is tilted at some angle but it cannot move its original position or it cannot come to its original position by itself, that is known as unstable condition and neutral condition. So if the body is tilted at some theta angle, it will remain in theta angle, that is known as neutral condition, right? So first of all, let us understand stability conditions for submerged body. For fully submerged body, we have taken one air bubble as an example because air is also considered as a one kind of fluid. Now let us take stable equilibrium condition. So first of all, first case is when G is below B, center of gravity is below center of buoyancy. If the first case is this, G is below B, the heavy portion is highlighted here, so center of gravity is downward side. So from the center of gravity, weight is applicable to downward side, and from the buoyancy force is applicable to the upward side. If we do theta degree tilt here, right, then what will occur? The body will tilt theta degree, then G and B remain as it is with respect to body. So G will be moved at left hand side and B will be moved at right hand side. So at the new sketch, after the theta tilting, weight is acting here at downward direction and FB is acting here at upward direction. So remember this, in this we have given theta degree tilt in clockwise direction, but from the inside of the body, one couple moment is generated in anti-clockwise direction. Remember this force is going to this direction and this is going to this direction. That means one anti-clockwise moment is generated inside the body. With this moment, body starts to moving to its original position, so it comes back to its original position. Yeah. Now let us understand unstable condition. For unstable condition, you have to put bubble as CG is above the center of buoyancy. So this is second arrangement here where center of gravity is above the center of buoyancy point, right? So for this point here, let us consider here G. So W is acting in downward direction and from B, FB is acting on upward direction. Similarly, if we put angular theta degree tilt here in clockwise direction, so B and G will be moved in this direction. So as per new sketch, W will be acting here in downward direction and B will be acting here in upward direction. So one clockwise moment is generated inside the body. Here we have already given the clockwise moment from outer side, but inside the body, one clockwise moment also generated. So the body will not continue to its original position, but it will move to the downward direction. That is known as unstable condition because body will not move to its original position. Clear? So remember this, for the stable equilibrium, G is below B. For the unstable equilibrium, G is above B. And this second last case is for the neutral equilibrium. Suppose this is circular bubble for which B and G both are at one point. So from the G, W is acting at downward direction and B, FB, buoyancy force is acting on upward direction. So remember this, if we give clockwise moment to this bubble, then also B and G will retain its original position. So inside the body, there is no any couple moment generated. So body will remain as it is in theta direction, that is known as neutral equilibrium, right? So for stable equilibrium, G is below B. For unstable, G is above B, and in neutral condition, B and G are same. Clear? For better understanding of this, you can also consider correlate the example of sports car with it, because in sports car, center of gravity of the car is very much below than any other car, so it will remain in the stable condition. Clear? So now let us move on stability conditions of floating body. We have seen stability conditions of submerged body, but for the floating body, here is stable equilibrium. So for the stable equilibrium, G is below M. So first of all, let us take one example here. So here it is rectangular body. So CG will be here, buoyancy point will be here. So first of all, from CG, weight is acting in downward direction, and from buoyancy point, FB is acting on upward direction. If we give theta degree clockwise tilt to this body, the body will tilting, then center of gravity will not change its position, but buoyancy force will change its position. So for this, W is here and FB is here, line of action is here. So outer clockwise movement is there, and inner side there is also anti-clockwise movement. You can see it, inner side that will produce anti-clockwise movement. Due to this anti-clockwise movement, body tries to come its in original position, that is known as stable condition, right? So for the stable condition of the floating body, your center of gravity G must be always below the metacenter M. Clear? So G is below metacenter M, that is known as stable condition. Now unstable condition. So let us take this example. This is one rectangular body also. Now let's give clockwise movement to this body. So G will remain as it is, but buoyancy force will remain its position. So weight is applicable to this, but buoyancy is not too much moving. Here theta degree tilt is not too much. So B1 is right now here. So FB is here. Just FB line of action is just left hand side of the W line of action. So here clockwise movement is at outward side, but inner side also there is some clockwise movement due to FB and W. So this body will not move its original position, that is known as unstable condition. Clear? If we extend the line of action of FB, it will intersect this point, that is known as metacenter M. So for this condition, metacenter M is always below the G. Clear, students? So you have to remember that for stable condition, G should be at below condition, and for unstable, G should be at above condition. For submerged body, you have to compare G and buoyancy point, and for floating body, you have to compare G and metacenter. Clear? Now let us understand experimental method for finding out metacentric height. We have already learned about theoretical method. Theoretical method equation is Gm is equal to I by V minus Dg. But in the case of experimental method, in the laboratory, how can we find out the metacentric height for the real bodies? So for better understanding of this, let us take one example. Here one floating body is that W is equal to weight of this floating body with small weight W putting on it. G is center of gravity, B is center of buoyancy. If the weight W is in the center, then body will remain in this position. But if we change the position of W to X distance, that means W1 is here, small W force is here, then CG will also change its position. Now in your mind the question arises that, sir, how can CG change its position? So remember this is two bodies, one is this and second is our main body. So with respect to two body, suppose one body is moving, then centroid will always change its position. So G will move on G1 and B is also moving on B1. Now for finding out metacentric height, we have to compare moment by this W1 force here as well as this our main force FB, right? So first of all, moment due to change of W force, that means change of G, moment is equal to weight W in downward direction into G1. That means weight W is acting on here downward direction on CG and perpendicular distance GG1. If we draw this triangle at outer side, so this will be a G, this is our G1 and this is our M, as shown in earlier, this is theta angle. This is value of GM and this is G dash. So from this triangle, GG1 is equal to GM sine GM tan theta. So from this triangle, GG1 is equal to GM tan theta. So we can write this W into GM tan theta. Then moment due to small force W1. So moment due to small force, that means here weight W1 is acting in downward direction and perpendicular distance is x. So W1 into x. This is our equation number 1, resultant force moment, weight, and this is small force moment 2. We have to balance all those force moment. That means W1 into x is equal to W into GM tan theta. So GM is equal to W1 into x divided by W tan theta. Here W1 is equal to small weight, x is equal to distance from center of W1, W is equal to weight of the large body or weight of the floating body. We can say weight of the pontoon also. And theta is equal to small angular displacement. That means GM is equal to W1x into W tan theta. Clear? Let us solve example of practical method. So a pontoon of 15696 kilonewton displacement is floating in a water with the weight of 245.25 kilo Newton. Here two weight is given. Suppose you don't have any idea, then you have to consider large weight as a body weight W and small weight as a small displacement weight small W1. So here W1 is equal to 245.25 kilo Newton is moved through the distance of 8 meter across the deck of the pontoon. That means our distance x is equal to 8 meter and angle theta will be 4 degree. Find out metacentric height of the pontoon. In this situation, they didn't mention by which method you have to find out metacentric height, but from this data you cannot find metacentric height by theoretical method. So we have to use experimental method equation. GM is equal to W1x divided by W tan theta. Here W1 is equal to small weight 245.25, x is equal to 8 meter, W is equal to 15696 kilonewton and theta is equal to 4 degree. That means our metacentric height will be 1.788 meter. Clear? If they have asked about stability of this body, we can say this. Here GM is greater than 0, so body is in the stable equilibrium.